All right, boys and girls, as we've been talking all week to tie up our drug and alcohol segment, we have an amazing opportunity today. Mr. Duncan from Families Against Narcotics is here to share you his story. So everybody give a warm welcome to Mr. Duncan. Thank you.
Mom? Hi, my name is David Duncan, and I am a person in recovery, which is why this is such a great opportunity to tell you my story. Picture frames, framing old remains of lives I'd forgot I lived. Nintendo games and missing names with faces that cause a rift. Stuck in cardboard boxes, drenched in mold and dust. My body's sick and shaking, but my mind's in wanderlust. Torn movie stubs, signs for school clubs, and my picture with Whitey Ford. A boy in bathtubs, his friend Jacob's old Tony Hawk skateboard. Where'd the boy in all these photos go? I lurch in pain. I guess I'll never know. But he looks at me and says you'll be okay. He smiles at me so modestly, it's almost a cliche. He has no doubts about who he is, what he'll be, clueless of problems and bad history, just smiling in his dad's old corduroy. So why do I not recognize this boy? His first school dance and that knowing glance saying he would come out on top when he took a chance 2 weeks in advance with time off from the truck stop. A perfect night by candlelight with her when she taught him how to truly be mature. Now he looks at me and memories of it fade. He smiles at me so modestly, but I just feel afraid. He has no idea what he'll become, who he'll be, clueless of problems and bad history, just smiling in his dad's old corduroy. And I find that I start to hate this boy, and so I reach and then I rip those old Polaroids and watch as they drift from my hands to the floor. I start to sweat and then I feel that I need my fix. I'm looking and throwing the pictures, trying to get to the bottom at last. Dozens of scrapbooks and books filled with scripture stand in between me and all of her cash. I see a box, a smaller box, so I lengthen my arms and imagine the high as I pry the thing open and see what's inside. And he looks at me and asks if I'm okay. He smiles at me so modestly as I read words in gray. We thank you for gathering to honor my son. I still imagine what he could have done. That driven kid in his dad's corduroy. I can't believe how much he missed her boy. how that dream-filled boy became this man. And I start to recognize that corduroy. And pray someday I'll be more like that